Sir, please buy my scooter. Mom said it's the last thing we own. That soft, trembling voice froze the entire parking lot before the bikers even understood what was happening. And if you're hearing this right now, don't skip. This story is going to hit you in the heart. And trust me, when it does, you'll want to like this video and subscribe so more people can hear stories that matter. It began on a cloudy evening, the kind where the wind feels heavy, like it's carrying someone's pain in it. A group of bikers had stopped outside a small grocery store, just a quick water break before continuing their ride. But the moment they pulled off their helmets, a boy of about 13 nervously walked toward them, pushing an old, scratched-up scooter with a faded blue seat. He wasn't begging, he wasn't crying, he was trying his best to look strong, even though his hands shook. "Please buy it," he said again, voice cracking just a little. Mom said it's the last thing we have left to sell." The bikers exchanged confused glances. Their leader, Ian, knelt down so he was eye level with the kid. "What's your name, champ?" "Rafi," the boy whispered. "And, we don't have a home anymore." Ian's forehead creased. "What do you mean?" Before Rafi could answer, a woman stepped out from behind a tree, a woman in her early 30s, wearing clothes that were too big for her, holding a plastic bag with only 2 loaves of bread inside. She looked embarrassed, exhausted, but still trying to stand tall. "I told him not to bother anyone," she said quietly. "I'm sorry." But Rafi shook his head fiercely. "Mom, we need money. If they buy the scooter, we can at least pay for the room tonight." That hit harder than anything. Ian stood up slowly. "Why don't you tell us what happened?" The woman hesitated, swallowing hard, as if the truth itself weighed 100 kilos. Finally she spoke. "We came back from my father's village yesterday," she said. "He was sick. We stayed with him for weeks. And when we returned, someone else was living in our house. Everything inside was gone. They said they bought it. They said it's theirs now." "What about your documents?" another biker asked. "Taken," she replied softly. "Along with our clothes, furniture, everything. We tried complaining, but no one listened. No proof, no power, no home." Rafi's small voice broke in, "So Mom said we sell the scooter. Sleep at a hotel tonight. Then figure out tomorrow." A choking silence fell over the group. These bikers, they weren't the usual loud, careless crowd people assumed they were. They had seen life. They had felt struggle. And nothing angered them more than injustice against someone who couldn't fight back. Ian turned to the boy. "How much are you selling it for?" Rafi lowered his eyes. "Whatever you can give, sir." Ian placed his hand gently on the kid's shoulder. "Keep the scooter. We don't need it. But we're going to help you get your home back." Rafi's eyes widened. The mother's lips parted, disbelief flooding her face. No, sir, you've already done enough." "Not even close," Ian replied. "Tell us where you live." Within an hour, the bikers arrived at a narrow lane where a freshly painted gate stood. Someone had changed the lock. The house number matched what the woman had described. A man came out, arrogant, chewing pan, staring at the bikes like they were stray dogs. "What now?" he snapped. "Told you already, house is mine." Ian stepped forward calmly. "Show us your paperwork." The man scoffed. "Why would I show you anything?" But his smirk faded when several more bikers arrived, engines rumbling like thunder behind him. Neighbors peeked from windows. The man suddenly didn't look so confident. I bought it legally," he stammered. Ian crossed his arms. "Then prove it." The man hesitated. "Too long." Another biker whispered to Ian, "He's lying." They didn't threaten, didn't shout. They simply stood there unmoving, unafraid, unshakable. And pressure does strange things to guilty people. The man finally cracked. Fine. I didn't buy anything," he blurted. "The owner was away for too long. I thought no one would return. I just moved in. The mother covered her mouth, tears finally spilling. The bikers didn't touch him. They simply asked him to leave, and he did, stuffing his clothes into a bag and bolting down the street. When they opened the door inside, everything was overturned. Almost nothing remained. But it was still their home. Rafi ran inside, touching the cracked wall, the dusty shelf, the corner where he used to keep his school bag. His chest heaved, a mix of grief and relief. Ian approached the mother. "This place needs repairs. We'll help you. And tomorrow, we'll file a complaint together, properly. You won't be alone." The woman sobbed quietly. Why would you do all this?" Ian smiled softly. "Because if we don't help each other, who will?" And that night, for the first time in weeks, Rafi and his mother slept in their own home, not because someone bought their last belonging, but because strangers refused to let them lose hope. Rafi didn't sell his scooter that day. Instead, the bikers repaired it for him, polished it, fixed the headlight, and left a note on it that said, "This is not the last thing you own. This is just the beginning of what you'll rebuild." And to everyone listening now, if this story touched you even a little, don't leave without liking the video. It helps stories like this reach more hearts. And if you want more real, emotional, inspiring tales, hit that subscribe button. Your support means everything.